Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mulligan's Island on a Monday night. It's great to have you here with us, coming to you live from my backyard bar in Guaymas, Sonora, Mexico, just around the corner from beautiful San Carlos, where some of you are watching tonight. Want to say hello to everybody watching us up in Canada, the United States. Hope you're having a great day today. And we're going to have fun tonight, as we always do on Monday nights. Tonight's going to be kind of different, as we'll show you some pictures during my songs, of course, of San Carlos. But we're going to take you on videos between the songs to a place that I just got back from a couple of days ago. Went down to Alamos, which is a colonial town about 4 hours south of here, and brought down about 40 of my friends from San Carlos. So we pulled up some of the videos from a past Alamos show, along with a couple of new ones, and we'll take you down to Alamos with us tonight. So it's going to be a great time. Luis, are we shared? Yep. And so do yourself a favor. Go over to your fridge, pour yourself that fun drink that always makes this show so much better, and let somebody know who's out there that if they'd like to join us, they're welcome to hop on over here to Mulligan's Island, because we're just about to get started. If you share this on your Facebook page, boy, that's a huge help to Elsa and me. It's always great to get the word out to new folks about the music and about this show. So I say with no further ado, we kick things off with the theme song for this week, and it's written and performed by our buddy who's watching us tonight, along with his better half, Beth, Rudy B. Take it away, Rudy B.
Let's make our way down to Mexico, where we can meet the friends we know. White sand, warm sun, and H2O. It's time for us to get back to laid back. Try a different beer from our favorite six-pack. This crazy world says, come on, let's go. It's time for the music man, a coastal kid with guitar in hand. Even bad days are good here on the island, giving us a place where we can talk to each other fan to fan. Uncharted courses crossing our paths. It's our kind of people and our kind of place. Down in the tropics, it's a Mexican hideaway. The life in this old beach town turns a frown upside down. We'd all be smiling here on Mulligan's Island. It's the right place and the right time to be south of the border again. This is the day we get to listen in. We don't sing no blues anymore. We kick off our shoes at our front door, full of wide-eyed wonder as the waves roll in. It's time for the music man, a coastal kid with guitar in hand. Even bad days are good here on the island, giving us a place where we can talk to each other fan to fan. Uncharted courses crossing our paths. It's our kind of people and our kind of place. Down in the tropics, a Mexican hideaway. Life in this old beach town turns a frown upside down. We all be smiling here on Mulligan's Island. We all on Mulligan's Island.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mulligan's Island. As you can see, the bar is already open. We got studio audiences just walking in to join us tonight, and people are just logging on to catch the show. Hello, studio audience walking in here. Good to see you guys. We got chairs set up for you right over here. Hop on those. And you guys at home, get that fun drink ready to go. And I got mine right here. Pablo and Anais are working the cameras and the audio tonight. My son Luis is doing the comments. He's ready to take your requests. And like I said, we're going to take you between songs down to Alamos, where some of us just got back from. And we had a wonderful time. One of these days, we're going to get you down there. In fact, tonight just might convince you. So here we go. Kicking things off with a song written by our buddy Bob Carwin. Nice enough to let me record this one. Everybody's working for that almighty dollar, shoving every penny in the bank. Driving round town in their big SUVs without enough dough to fill the tank. I got every dollar that I could ever need in the shallow water on the ground. Anytime I want to be a millionaire, all I got to do is look around. I'll be a sand dollar millionaire. I got everything that I could ever need. Sand dollar millionaire. I got $1 million right at my feet. I can punch a clock, wear a jacket and tie, try to fit in with the fast-moving crowd. But no matter how hard I work or how much I save, it could never be better than it is right now. Sand dollar millionaire. I got everything that I could ever need. Sand dollar millionaire. I got $1 million right at my feet. Got a little place right down by the beach where the sun sets in my backyard. I may not have a maid or a 401k, but I never want to work that hard. Sand dollar millionaire. I got everything that I could ever need. Sand dollar millionaire. I got $1 million right at my feet. Help me out, guys. Sand dollar millionaire. I got everything that I could ever need. Sand dollar millionaire. I got $1 million right at my feet. I got $1 million right at my feet. I got $1 million right at my feet. All right. Well, it's great to have you guys with us here tonight on Mulligan's Island. Those of you just logging on, welcome. So it's always eventful around my house with all these kids running around. And little Maddie Soul, she just loves school, and she'd like to tell you all about that right now.
Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to show you what I got in school, and I got 2 certificates. Here's one. It's from writing, and I got another one from spelling bee. They're both a first place, and I'm really excited.
Awesome, Maddie Soul. Congratulations to Mighty Soul. That happens to be the name of this next song. Going out for that little girl. Not so little anymore, though. If you know this one, sing along. Mar means ocean. Soul means sun. Just in case you're wondering where her name came from. I never thought anything in life could ever be as beautiful as sea and sun together, at least until the day she came along. Now, oh, whoa, 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 I love my little mighty soul. Oh, whoa, 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 her smile lights up my world. I love my little Marisol. Oh, whoa, 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 she's just her daddy's girl. Sure, I love my sons, and roughhousing's fun. But there are things that only daughters do. Now that pink dress and those little shoes are matching. I can't believe she's already into fashion. She's gonna break a heart or two. Now, oh, whoa, 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 I love my little Marisol. Oh, whoa, 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 her ribbons and her curls. Little Marisol. Oh, whoa, 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 she's just her daddy's girl. She's growing up too fast, and each day she's prettier than the one before. I don't want to think about the day some kid comes knocking on my door, singing, oh, whoa, 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 I love your daughter, Marisol. Oh, whoa, 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 more than anything in this world. Oh, whoa, 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 he'll be in love with Marisol. But oh, whoa, 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 she'll still be daddy's girl. She'll always be her daddy's girl. Oh, whoa, 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 I love my little Marisol. Yeah, thank you very much. Well, we got our first request of the evening, and it's coming in from Minnesota, where my friend John Sherwin, watching with his wife Carol, tells me it's snowing tonight. That is just wrong. That's just wrong. I told John before, I almost complained last night because I had to put a sweatshirt on. So, John, anyway, it sounds to me, John, like you need some white sand, some warm sun, some salty H2O. He asked me for any song that mentions snow, and I think that's the only song of mine out of like 175 songs that actually mentions snow. We had to dig through the archives, John, for you, but we did. And we just sang about Marisol. I'm going to let her introduce to you, John, this next song.
Hi everyone, I'm going to share my 3 favorite things in the world. White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O.
I got a constant craving, I can't fight the urge. I try to kick the habit, but it keeps on getting worse. I've given up on rehab, it's far too late. This lifelong addiction is impossible to break. Give me some white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. You know what, guys? This intervention's useless. It's out of my control. 12 steps from the ocean. Who needs 12 more? When you got white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Oh! Now it goes back to my childhood. That very first trip. Watching the waves roll in mesmerized this kid. By the time they dragged me up the beach and shoved me in the car, I knew no matter where I'd go, I'd never get too far. From white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Now the sea's outside my window, there's a beach outside my door. Those 3 things still turn me on, just like long ago. What are they, guys? White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Oh! So keep your change of seasons, the winter and the cold. Send me a postcard with pictures of the snow. There it was, John. I said the word snow. I'll look at it and shiver and just shake my head as I'm putting on my flip-flops and stepping out instead into the white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Studio audience, are you guys addicted too? Take all your sweaters and set them on fire. Slap on some sunscreen, put on some Kelly McGuire. Then turn around and run right to the place you ought to be. Get your butt into some beach chair down here with me. In white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Living by the sea is so good for the soul. I pinch myself and wonder who could ask for more than white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. There's no cure for this addiction. Every day I overdose on white sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. Oh! One more time. White sand, warm sun, and salty H2O. All right. Going out for John Sherwin. John, I hope that helped to warm things up a little bit for you over in Minneapolis tonight. So, we're going to wander down to Alamos after this next song. So to get you guys all in the wandering mood, I got to play this song written by my buddy Rob Mellon. He let me record this one on the Journey Around the Sun album. Don't it make you wander? Anybody out there in the mood to wander with me down to Alamos after the song? Some of my friends have told me that I seem to lack ambition, though I try to explain that I search for the meaning of life when I'm deep sea fishing. All they say I really need is a good sense of direction. So I pulled out the morning paper and I opened up the travel section and I said, north, south, east, west, which direction do you think is best? Don't tell me I'm not prepared for life. I got a current passport and a Swiss Army knife. Don't it make you wonder? Ooh, ah, ooh, that's your part. Don't it make you wonder? Ooh, ah, ooh. Do you ever wonder? I wonder sometimes. Don't it make you wonder? I was sitting at home one night. I was watching the Outdoor Channel. You know I can't get excited about going someplace if I have to wear something flannel. Next was a show about tropic beaches. I like what I'm seeing. Next thing I know, I find myself on a plane to the Caribbean. And I said, fly, sail, sail, fly. Blue the sea, blue the sky. Don't tell me I don't know where I'm going. My ticket says anyway the wind is blowing. Don't it make you wonder? Ooh, ah, ooh. Don't it make you wonder? Ooh, ah, ooh. Do you ever wonder? I wonder sometimes. Don't it make you wonder? Dreamers often see things some folks never see, but they often blur the line between fact and fantasy. Poets often ponder, but they seldom count the cost. Just because I wander doesn't mean I'm lost. Don't it make you wonder? Ooh, ah, ooh. Don't it make you wonder? Ooh, on, you guys at home. Don't it make you wonder? Ooh, wow, ooh. Do you ever wonder? I wonder sometimes. Don't it make you wonder? Don't it make you wonder? Don't it make you wonder? All right, let's wander together. Let's cruise about 4 hours, 4.5 hours down the road that way to a beautiful little colonial town and one of my favorite places I've ever been, Hacienda de los Santos. This is the spot in Alamos. Probably the most romantic place you'll ever stay, Hacienda de los Santos Resort. And I've been taking people from San Carlos down here for the past several years. We get a few times a year, we'll get a busload of people and we'll come 4 hours south to Alamos and spend a few days together. It's always incredible, but one of my favorite moments is when we get off that bus and I take them in here and they get their first sight of where they're going to be staying. And that's a nice welcome to Hacienda de los Santos Resort.
La vi, la gente la veía pasar y acompañaba su alegría cuando cantaba.
Well, if we're gonna wander, guys, we're taking you to Mexico tonight, so here we go. I can hear the sound of the music coming across that borderline tonight. I can feel the touch of a young girl gently take my hand underneath the moonlight. Soft refrains on a Spanish guitar carry me away. A voice is calling as I close my eyes. Think I hear her say, Mexico. You've been there on my mind for a long, long time, and I know that I just can't stay away. Mexico. Those clear blue skies and big brown eyes gotta go. Mexico. Been a while, but does she remember? Is she still waiting there for me? Does she ever think about those hot summer nights down by the sea? Distant highways and dusty old roads, you got me crossing the line. Lead me down to where nobody knows. Take me back in time, Mexico. You're the one that I love and I can't get enough, Mexico. But you're another world away, Mexico. Those clear blue skies and big brown eyes gotta go, Mexico. I can feel that wind begin to blow. Every time I hear that sound, I know. Help me out, everybody. Mexico. You've been there on my mind for a long, long time, and I know that I just can't stay away, Mexico. Like warm white sand in the palm of my hand, gotta go. And I'll be coming back to stay, Mexico. You're the one that I love and I can't get enough, Mexico. But you're another world away, Mexico. Those clear blue skies and big brown eyes gotta go, Mexico. Thank you very much. How about those pictures? Hacienda de los Santos. That's where we just hung out. So we just walked in the door of Hacienda de los Santos in the last video. It's kind of funny. It didn't take a lot of my gang long to end up in the tequila bar that night. See, that's just the kind of people I run around with. I guess they've been a horrible influence on me, I'll say. Anyway, it was really fun. The first night we got there, Jim Swicker, the owner of Hacienda and de Los Santos, the guy who built the whole place, he hosted us all in a tequila school, they call it, Tequila 101. And we're going to show you what that classroom looks like right now.
Welcome to Zapata's Cantina. Come on in and I'll show you around. This is an actual colonial cantina. The bar that you see right here was actually built in the early 1700s. Comes from Cuernavaca, Mexico, and we had it shipped here and put it back together, so it's an authentic colonial cantina. My dad has collected over 600 different types of tequila that we have here in the hacienda, and they range in price from $3 to $300 a shot, so there's quite a variety. My parents over the years have collected sombreros and spurs and branding irons. Man, if they could talk, what stories they would tell. We believe it's one of the largest tequila bars in the world. There's a few others that might have more bottles, but some of them are empty, so we don't think that really counts. Another thing that we like to do in our cantina is give a tequila class. My dad calls it Tequila 101, and it's about an hour and a half long, and he gives you a description of the different types of tequila, and we serve appetizers. So if you come to the hacienda, you can request a Tequila 101 class in our cantina.
Guys, it didn't take us long. When we're down in Alamos and we get back in that bus to come back, first thing we want to do is turn around and run. But I got to tell you what, though, it ain't too bad when we have to turn around and run back to San Carlos after Alamos, is it? We're going to do that right now. Going out for Dave Seaholm, Dave and Leanne, thank you guys for joining us as you always do. Watching us up in Phoenix, where I hear it's actually been kind of chilly. We're going to change that with this song. From a week in paradise, I got used to holding you close every night. As we come down from the clouds and touch the ground, you're squeezing my hand so tight. But if paradise is behind us, where we'd learned less is really more, and all we needed was each other, then what are we coming back for? Here we go! Let's turn around and run back to the sea and the sun. Don't need much to have fun, just some lotion and some rum. We could snorkel for free or just hang out on the beach, lay around in the sun. Smartest thing we've ever done. Let's turn around and run. This big old city so full of people buzzing around like flies, all stressed out in their everyday world, dressed up in their suits and their ties, trying to achieve the next level. With a bonus, they can buy that new car or a big house just to keep the family. They think those things are who they are. Help me out, guys. Let's turn around and run back to the sea and the sun. Don't need much to have fun, just some lotion and some rum. We could snorkel for free or make love on the beach, lay around in the sun. Smartest thing we've ever done. Let's turn around and run. You know this part. La 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 la. Come on, student audience. La 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 la. Cheap seats. La 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 la. La 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 la. Now we were suffering from a delusion. We could leave all this behind. No choice but collect our baggage. Get ready for that 9-to-5 grind. As we lugged our way to the exit, I could see the question in her eyes. So I answered with a smile. I grabbed her hand. Next plane back to paradise. Right on, go. Let's turn around and run back to that Mexico sun. Don't need much to have fun. Just some lotion and some rum. We could snorkel for free or just hang out on the beach. Lay around in the sun, smartest thing we've ever done. Let's turn around and run. Let's turn around and run back to that San Carlos sun. Right, guys? Don't need much to have fun. Just some lotion, maybe a little bacanora. We can snorkel for free or make love on the beach. Lay around in the sun, smartest thing we've ever done. Let's turn around and run. Lay around in the sun, smartest thing we've ever done. Let's turn around and run. All right. Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to do another request before we do another video here. And I'm going to send this one out for Brenda, who's watching us. Brenda King, this goes for you. Thanks for the request. I'm glad you requested this one because one of the guys I think of on this song is sitting right here in our studio audience tonight. His name is Don. Don Dalton's back there. And he's the guy that, like me, took the message of this radio preacher to heart. I listened to this radio preacher talking about if you could take these things in life that you dread doing, but you got to do them. Things like paying your taxes, right? And you could actually find some crazy positive thing in that I got to, how your life would drastically change. And Don and I gave this thing a shot. We went about a month on it. Don went about a solid month, where Sandy, she watched him like a hawk. And she made sure that every time Don started to gripe about what he had to do, he turned the whole thing around and thought about what he gets to do. And Don's sitting in this crowd right now, and he could tell you that was a life-changing thing for him. And Don, I think of you when I sing this song, and I'm very proud of you for doing that, because it's not an easy thing to do, but once you start doing it, it actually becomes a habit. Am I right? Yeah, all right. So I'm going to send this one out for Brenda watching us, and also for Don right here in our studio audience. ¿Esta es pura cámara? ¿Es el disco, maestro? I got to. Those 3 words I grumble just like you. Saying I got to. I sigh and dread those things I gotta do. I gotta get up every morning. I gotta fight rush hour traffic. I gotta do that 9 to 5 thing. I gotta pay my taxes. I don't want to, but I got to. Then it hits me just when I think I got it pretty bad. How many folks would gladly take those burdens off my back? That big list of I got tos that belongs to me and you has got a few things on it others wish they got to do. And a little voice says it's a choice. You can say I got to, or you can say I get to. I get to go to work and put in a good 8 hours. I get to cash a paycheck. I get to have a job instead of looking for work or getting laid off. Sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. You can say I got to, or you can say I get to. Now a dozen times you circled round that jam-packed parking lot, but half a mile away is where you found the closest empty spot. Here comes that old I got to about how far you gotta walk as the car door slams behind you and you stomp off down the block. Now there you go. But don't you know, help me out guys, you can say I got to, or you can say I get to. I get to stretch my legs and get some exercise. 'cause I guarantee there's someone else out there who'd give anything to ditch that wheelchair. She'd gladly walk twice as far as you. So you can say I got to, or you can say I get to. I know it's just one letter out of 3, but take that O and change it to E. Instead of saying I got to, try saying I get to. And a lot of things might not seem all that bad. That traffic jam ain't backed up quite so far. When you say I'm blessed, I get to own a car. Property taxes I gotta pay, because I get to go home to a house each day. You'll see things from a different point of view when you quit saying I got to, start saying I get to. Instead of I got to, I get to. No more I got to, I'm gonna say I get to. I do. So do you. I'm not just talking about Don. Because we get to. Thank you very much for the request there. We got more requests coming right up. But tell you what, we're going to take you back down to Alamos right now. One of the things I get to do every time I go down there is play on a beautiful stage, whether it's outdoors or indoors. Let's just show it to you right now.
So when I bring my groups down here from San Carlos several times a year, one of my favorite things is doing my show at night for everybody. And lit up at night, it's absolutely amazing. This is usually where my stage is. And folks are out here sitting. We've got a big buffet dinner going. It's always just a great environment. But if it gets cold or weather isn't all an issue, we've always got a really cool option right over here. So as you follow me in here, check this out. We're set up to do the show from this stage, but what this also is actually a movie theater where when you're staying at the Hacienda, you can come in any time of the day, you select the movie, they pull the screen down, they bring your popcorn, and you've got your own private showing in this absolutely awesome theater.
What a cool place to play. And this is, I mean, I've slung in some hellholes in my life, folks. I mean, former jails, brothels. I sang in a laundromat in Aguila, Arizona, although it was the state's largest laundromat. Can I get a round of applause for that? Thank you. I don't feel quite so bad. But I'll tell you what, playing there at Hacienda de los Santos on the outdoor stage or the indoor stage, what an incredible experience. Hey, we're heading back up now to San Carlos because we got a request from Norma. Norma's watching us in the Midwest tonight where I hear things are a little bit cooler than here in San Carlos. And Norma, I know you'd like to warm up a little bit. And you'd like to do that in these Cortez waters down here. So I'd like to send this one out for you, Norma. Also for the Dickinsons who came with us to Alamos. This is kind of their song, too. And I believe they're watching us tonight, too, from San Carlos. So going out for all of you guys. Sonora sunshine down on me. You never knew how much I need a moment like this, a moment like this, when my world came crashing in. I heard a voice off in the wind saying, come back home, boy, you're not alone. So let your tides come rolling in. Splash some of that salt air on my skin, 'cause I'm home again. Wash me away in waves of Cortez water. Feel the ocean spray as the wind's filling up my sails. Each time I stray, the feeling hits me harder. How I could leave, but I've learned, why even bother? I just come back to these Cortez waters. I feel your sand beneath my feet. Why do my footprints always lead right back to you? Right back to you. I guess when it's all said and done, you're the place that I belong, and it sure feels nice. Don't need to think twice about coming back. So many lessons that I've learned. Come on now, didn't you know that I'd return? Now I've returned to stay. Wash me away in waves of Cortez water. Feel the ocean spray as the wind's filling up my sails. Each time I stray, the feeling hits me harder. How I could leave, but I've learned, why even bother? I just come back to these Cortez waters. Blame the force of gravity, or maybe there's something wrong with me. A restless feeling running through my soul that led me back to this shore. Wash me away in waves of Cortez water. Feel the ocean spray as the wind's filling up my sail. What can I say? My words cannot describe it. How I could leave, but I've learned, why even bother? I just come back to these Cortez waters. Need your help right here. Wash me away back to these Cortez waters. Let's do that again. Wash me away back to these Cortez. Well, one more time. Wash me away. I'm back in these Cortez waters. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate the request. Good request coming in from you guys tonight. And I'm so glad that you joined us. Always appreciate your support on a Monday night. Hey, so I just showed you that stage I got to sing on. What makes it even more special on that stage is when I get to meet up with a fellow down there named Ramon. Some of you guys have heard Ramon. If you've got my new CD called Lupita's Taco Stand, he does a duet with me on there that I'm going to play for you in just a little while. But I'd like you to meet him. If you haven't met Ramon yet or learned anything about him, this is Ramon.
One of my favorite things about coming to Hacienda de los Santos is I get a chance to play with Ramon. And not only is he a really, really great guitar player and vocalist and songwriter, he's just a great guy too. Ramon, how long have you been playing guitar?
I grew up in a family that played music. And I think I was, what I remember, 5 years old when I was already playing guitar. And so since that day, I every day.
Wow. Now, aside from playing guitar and working at the Hacienda, what else do you do? Anything else?
Yeah, I have private classes and I have a school and I also teach in high school in Alamos too.
Great. Yeah. Well, I hope sometime you'll get a chance to actually come down in person, maybe even on one of my trips, and enjoy Ramon and meet him. Like I said, apart from being a wonderful player and singer, he's a great songwriter too, with his own CDs too. So I hope you're enjoying Ramon and tonight's show too.
Ramon is such a great guy. Give it up for Ramon, because some of you guys just saw him down at Alamos. What'd you think of him? Amazing performer. And anyway, I tell you what, there's a song I'm about to play that I know would be right up Ramon's alley, but I'd like to dedicate it to somebody who's on vacation tonight and watching us, and it's her birthday. Actually, her husband Mike would like to send a song out for her, but first, we're going to sing happy birthday to somebody out there. Olivia Coldfield, happy birthday to you. Everybody give Olivia a round of applause. Yes. It's great to have you joining us. Mike and Olivia, thank you so much. Before I do that song for you, Olivia, that Mike is sending out for you, we're sending this one out for you. Happy birthday to you. Glad you guys are having fun on your vacation, and thanks for joining us. And Olivia, Mike thought this next song would be a nice one to send out for you. And like I said, this is one that would be right up Ramon's alley. And some of you guys might even recognize the melody on this song because there was an English version of the song called With Every Beat of My Heart. Connie Francis made it popular. Somebody else did too. I can't think of who. But this is a really cool version here because it's the Spanish version. Cuando calienta el sol aquí en la playa, siento tu cuerpo vibrar cerca de mí. Es tu palpita, es tu cara, es tu pelo, son tus besos, me estremezco cuando calienta el sol. Cuando calienta el sol. Cuando calienta el sol aquí en la playa. Lo siento tu cuerpo vibrar cerca de mí. Es tu palpita, es tu cara, es tu pelo, son tus besos, me estremezco cuando calienta el sol. You guys at home, you can fake this, come on. Do it for Olivia. Cuando calienta el sol. Cuando calienta el sol aquí en la playa, yo siento tu cuerpo vibrar cerca de mí. Es tu palpita, es tu cara, es tu pelo, son tus besos, me estremezco cuando calienta el sol. Studio audience, we need you guys, come on. Cuando calienta el sol. Cuando calienta el sol. Come on, Mike, sing it for Olivia. Cuando calienta el sol. Happy birthday, Olivia. So glad that you're joining us on it. We really, really appreciate it. Well, big part of going to Hacienda de los Santos, what makes it kind of special, I think, is that it's not some big company, some big chain kind of thing. This is as intimate and local and family as you can get because it's a family-run operation. Jim, of course, is Jim Swickard and his wife Nancy. They're the ones who built that place from scratch, combining 3 different properties over a span. I think it's 37 years they've been working on that thing, adding something new every single year. And Nancy, with her beautiful job decorating every single room down there, is like a museum. Every room is different. I love the fact that Jim comes out and he meets all the guests. He'll have breakfast with you. He gets really involved with us on our trip. That's really, really neat. And, of course, we got Jamie and Ramon. Ramon, you met him before. Ramon is the son-in-law in the family. And his wife, Jamie, she's kind of running a lot of the things down there now. She's been down there for a while. And so I just thought that maybe you'd like to meet them right now. And this next song, this video will kind of lead you into the next song. There's a verse in my new song, the mariachi song, called Alamos, and it's about Jamie and Ramon. Well, now you're going to understand that verse after you see this video.
I've been living and working in Alamos now for about 21 years, and Ramon would play here nightly, and you know, my mom and I would sit in the audience and kind of flirt with him and the guys because they're just so cute. Sorry, Dad. But one night, when Ramon finished playing, we walked across this bridge together, and we stopped underneath the big tree in the center of the property, and he said to me, Jamie, I'm not going to be playing anymore at the hacienda, and I felt my heart drop crop. And I said, why not? And he told me he was moving to Hermosillo to teach music at the university. And the next thing I knew, I had a tear in my eye. And Ramon leaned over and gave me a kiss. He walked out the front door. I walked back across this bridge feeling like I'd been struck by lightning. And the next thing you know, we started dating secretly for about 3 months. And needless to say, he never went to Hermosillo. And we're coming up on our 19th wedding anniversary in November. So when I mention destiny, you know, I'm a believer.
Beso, 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 beso.
Love you.
All right, you caught me here at the bar ordering a drink after that beautiful story of Jamie and Ramon. That's Buck back there. He's back there somewhere. You'll see him. You'll see him in a minute. He's going to be mixing my drink for me. But anyway, Jamie and Ramon, what a beautiful story by those guys. What a place to fall in love. I'll tell you, how could you not fall in love in Alamos, though? I've always kind of said, if it doesn't happen in Alamos, it ain't going to happen. You could give up on Super 8. So this is a song that I wrote thinking of Jamie and Ramon and all the beautiful times we have down there in Alamos and just what a magic place that is. You know, Jamie might even be watching tonight. I hope she is. I think of Ernie and Susan from our trip. They wanted to go out and live the first line to this song, so they went down to the Callejón del Beso, the alley of the kiss, and got a nice 55th wedding anniversary kiss right there in the middle of the alley. This first line goes out for them. Stealing a kiss in the Callejón del Beso. An old man tips his hat to me and you. While a Plaza Cathedral casts shadows from her steeple. On the air, the scent of sweet perfume. Adobe walls and cobblestone paint pictures of the past. In this ever-changing world, nothing ever could outlast Alamos. Take me back to way back when, to centuries and days of long ago. Another time, life's left behind. They still wake up when that rooster crows in Alamos. At Hacienda de los Santos, Ramon plays his guitar, and the words he sings steal Jamie's heart. Fate just couldn't deny it. The night their souls collided, it was over right from the start. Neither could resist it. It was simply meant to be. Is it just Ramon and Jamie, or could that be you and me in Alamos? There's something magic in your skies, and suddenly it's out of my control. Your beauty, your romance tempt me to take the chance without a clue as to where this all goes. Alamos. Slips into mine, our fingers intertwine. Not a soul left on these streets, just you and me. As the moon comes out to play, stars flicker and sway and fall, just like lovers do. Alamos, si esta noche estoy soñando, te lo pido, no me dejes despertar. Tal vez en otro día, quizás en otra vida, nos hayamos enamorado los dos en Alamos. How this story ends, who knows? Alamos. Thank you very much. So now you know the story about Jamie and Ramon, which is really, really a romantic story. But they're not the only ones with a romantic story down in Alamos. While we were on our trip, a couple of folks were up on the Mirador, the lookout point, the mountain overlooking town. And there's a tradition there. Tienes la foto del candado. And my friends Jeff and Michelle and another couple, I can't remember who was with them, but they said, boy, what are all these locks up here? There's these padlocks. And they thought, what are these? And they picked one up and they looked at it and it said Mark and Elsa with the wedding date on it, and flipped it over and it had my kids' names engraved. And that was the first one out of hundreds of locks. They just happened to grab one at random, and it was mine. You're just looking at a picture of it right there, I believe, of our lock. Well, I'll tell you what, you'll see the little story behind that lock right now.
This is Omar Mendoza, and he's atop the hill here at the lookout point. And Omar just made us a very special little thing for our anniversary. It's a tradition here at Alamos to have your name put on a lock like this and then added to the railing around the lookout point. And on the back side of this, we had to include the kids' names too. Thank you, Omar.
You're welcome.
You see, we're not the only ones in love around here. Well, it looks like Elsa's found the perfect spot to put it. Go for it, Elsa. There we go. You guys can look for us next time you're in Alamos, up here at the lookout point.
So now you know, guys, when you go to Alamos with me, if you happen to be down there on a weekend, you got to get up there to the lookout point. You have to have your name engraved, and you got to snap that lock on the fence, and that's going to signify that your love is going to last forever. And anyway, this song goes out to the beautiful woman in that video. Her name is Elsa, and for some crazy reason, she ended up with me. That's a 100% God with a capital G. But this is one of Elsa's favorite songs right here, and always has been since we first met. One of her favorite songs of mine. It goes way back to when my hair was brown. But she's kind of adopted this one here. And if you're sitting on your couch at home and you feel like getting up and dancing, it's a great way to warm up with chilly temperatures up there. I wrote the words down and I practiced them all day. Knew just what I was going to do. But there you are now, standing in the doorway. You're looking so good that I just kind of lost my place. So listen to the music on the radio. Take my hand and dance with me. We got 50 watts of moonlight up above us. Ain't much, but it's all I really need. Just to tell you that I love you. There's nothing more that I can say. I love you. Don't know why, but it just worked out that way. Don't need no limousine, no moonlight or champagne. All I want's one moment here with you. Just to tell you that I love you. Just want to tell you that I love you. Listen to the music on the radio. Take my hand and dance with me. 'Cause we got 50 watts of moonlight up above us. We'll waltz across the dirt floor, won't think nothing of it. And I'll tell you that I love you. There's nothing more that I can say. love you. Don't know why, but it just worked out that way. Don't need no limousine, no moonlight or champagne. All I want's this moment here with you. Just to tell you that I love you. Just want to tell you that I love you. Te amo. Solo quiero decirte que te amo. I love you. Just want to tell you that I love you. Thank you very much. I hope you got up and danced out there. Thank you very much. Going way back in the archives on that one to my out-of-print album. That was off the Mexico album. Now on that Best of the Early Years album, which the title makes me sound so damn old. Best of the... How old am I? Well, my younger brother David, he's quite a bit younger than me. See, este disco va a ser del Same Beer. El disco. Y puede ser por cámaras. Está bien, pero el disco es Same Beer. So my brother David wrote this song. Now, I mentioned he's a little bit younger than me. You see, my mom had 7 kids before David was born. And David came, I think it was, David was 8 years after child number 7. Okay, my mom almost had children in 4 different decades. The 50s, she had them in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and almost the 80s. Give it up for my mom. Guess what religion we are? You have 2 choices. And we are not Mormon. As you can tell. So, yeah, you guessed right. Anyway, my brother David was a singer-songwriter, much to the chagrin of my mother when he followed in my footsteps. But David is off making wiser career choices now, and I'm the only messed up dude in the family now of all 8 of us. Still doing this after all these years. But what was a real treat for me was going to Nashville, and on the same recording session that I recorded with Tom Shepard, when we did Same Beer, Different Can, I got to bring my brother David along, and we recorded the song together also. We recorded a duet. Sometimes people listening to the song might not know it's a duet because our voices sound so much alike. But that's us, it's harmonizing together and switching off vocals. David wrote the song on his first album, which was called The Late Great Southwest. I love that album. It's a very dark, kind of folky Americana album, very different from my style. But if you ever get a chance to Google it, The Late Great Southwest, it's called. Really, really great debut album by my brother Dave. This song, his version's way, way different, but I love the fact he let me do my own style. And best of all, that he came and did this as a duet with me. And this one's going to go out for Sue and Ed. Sue and Ed, son, I hope to see you guys down here in San Carlos because I hear that just may be in the works. A little visit down here. We're going to get you down to Alamos, too. Send me a postcard from where you wind up when you're gone. When you're gone, I've been wondering where you're moving now that you're moving on. You ain't talking very much, and you won't look me in the eye. Sound like you got yourself a plan. You ain't home when I drop by. You've been saving up your breath. You've been whispering on the phone. Sound like you got yourself a plan. I bet you thought I didn't know, but I can hear it in your tone. Oh yeah. Send me a postcard from where you wind up when you're gone. When you're gone, I've been wondering where you're moving now that you're moving on. promise letters. 'Cause you talked that way before, and nothing's ever showed up at my door. So I ain't hoping now for anything more than a postcard. A postcard. A postcard. Send me a postcard from where you wind up when you're gone. Help me out on this, guys. Let's do that again. Send me a postcard from where you wind up when you're gone. One more time. Send me a postcard. All right. Thank you very much. Let's go back down. Let's go back down to Alamos right now. One of the things that I really like about Alamos is not only the town. You guys have seen from some of the pictures we've showed you during a couple of songs tonight what an interesting town the town is. Just the buildings, these old haciendas and houses with these awesome courtyards and cobblestone roads and Spanish arches. I love the countryside around Alamos too. There's so much neat stuff to see, and let's head down there right now and check it out.
Well, every time I come to Alamos, I always love to sneak off to a little nature trail called La Colorada. It's just on the edge of town. It's so quiet and peaceful here. Easy path to walk, and actually leads you up to some decent elevation where you get a nice view of town. So many pretty areas here around Alamos.
Isn't that pretty country down there? That trail down there, if you ever had a chance to go down to La Colorada, it's just right outside town. Boy, in the summertime, you saw my kid Jose in this video jumping into that water. It's really kind of neat down there in August when you can actually swim down there. Very near Alamos, you can go kayaking in the river. It's just a lot of neat nature down there. Well, the nature's a little bit different here in San Carlos, but nature's nature. It's a good thing. Tom Copeland, this song goes out for you. We're going to bring you back to San Carlos on these pictures. A friend of mine said, man, you've mellowed out. You're not as wild as you once used to be. He said, come back to the city. I said, come down to the sea. Now his skin's a little darker, and he's sounding more like me. You see, I've been mellowed by the sunrise that greets me on an early Sunday morning. Mellowed by the tides that roll in on a lazy summer day. Mellowed by the winds and these spinnakers and sails, the seagulls and the pelicans, the dolphins and the whales. What happened to that wild man now? He's just kicking back, laying low, easy and mellow. 60 minutes out there on my little boat. These days, that's what I call happy hour. I still toss a few back, but I can't pound them all day long. I'll be dozing in my hammock when they're closing down the barn. I've been mellowed by the waves that's blowing off this blue and rippling water. Mellowed by the tides lapping against these miles of endless shore. Mellowed by the feel of sand between my toes. Mellowed like that lazy dog all curled up on the floor. I used to like the fast lane, now I'll take it nice and slow. Laid back, easy and mellow. Mellowed by this song I'm singing in my soul. Mellowed by the knowledge it's all out of my control. So I'll take these days and live them out the best way that I know. Laid back, easy, and mellowed by the moonlight and the silhouettes of boats on the horizon. Mellowed by the tales from an old man about the one that got away. Mellowed by the sea, mellowed by the stars, mellowed like mahogany on the back of my guitar. I've always been so type A, now I just wanna be laid back, easy and mellow, tuned out, unplugged, out of reach, out of touch, mellow. Thank you very much. Hey, Tom, thank you for that request. I really appreciate Tom's watching us up in Ontario, Cobourg, Ontario. And Eleanor, hello to you. And hi, Allie. I know you're watching too. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go back down to Alamos because people have asked me quite a bit even on this trip. How long have you been coming down here to Alamos? How did you and Jamie and Ramon ever meet? Well, this is how.
I've been living and working in Alamos now for about 21 years, and Ramon would play here nightly, and my mom and I would sit in the audience and kind of flirt with him and the guys because they're just so cute. Sorry, Dad. But one night when Ramon finished playing, we walked across this bridge together, and we stopped underneath the big tree in the center of the property, and he said to me, Jamie, I'm not going to be playing anymore at the Hacienda. And I felt my heart drop. And I said, why not? And he told me he was moving to Hermosillo to teach music at the university. And the next thing I knew, I had a tear in my eye. And Ramon leaned over and gave me a kiss. He walked out the front door. I walked back across this bridge feeling like I'd been struck by lightning. And the next thing you know, we started dating secretly for about 3 months, and needless to say, he never went to Hermosillo. And we're coming up on our 19th wedding anniversary in November. So when I mention destiny, I'm a believer.
Beso, 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 beso.
Love you.
All right, guys. Well, so I met those guys actually right here in San Carlos around the bend in a pretty cool beach town, San Carlos. Let's head over there right now. Let's bring those pictures on ice. Going to take you back to San Carlos, and we're going to sing about life in a beach town. And this one goes out for Buck and Trina sitting right over here. Buck, by the way, Buck does a great job as my personal bartender. You guys at home, give it up for Buck. He makes them just strong enough for the show to be entertaining and not too strong where I'm falling off my bar stool. Okay? It's a perfect balance. Okay? Well done, Buck. Oops. Maybe Buck did too good of a job. That's what I get for trying to be fancy. The tourist traps are hopping, the bayfront bars are rocking, and it's barely even noon. Won't you listen to the tunes? The bands all sound like Buffett. The out-of-towners love it when that steel drummer takes the stage, 'cause he's a legend in this place. The whole crowd is swaying to a reggae song. Oh, oh, la, la, life in a beach town. The local folks have seen it all. We remember when this place was small, but my God, all that has changed. So we grumble and complain about the college kids with fake IDs, the traffic jams and the deadly streets and those high-rise hotels. But that's what pays the bills. And come Monday morning, they'll all be gone. Oh, oh, la, la, life in a beach town. So hang a close sign on the door. We're locking up this little store, 'cause outside it's 85 degrees. So grab my fins and my fishing gear. Let's hit the beach and get out of here, 'cause I feel the need for sand beneath my feet. Buck breaks out an old guitar. He bought it from a guy in a bar named a Shrimper Joe for $50 and a 6 to go. A crowd starts a forming. They got Coke and vodka, Nora, and Buck's known to have a few. Yeah, fire up the barbecue, 'cause it's volleyball and blenders all day long. Oh, oh, la, la, life in a beach town. What do you guys here think about that beach town, St. Carlos? Now the Pelicans, they're putting on a show for the big yachts and the charter boats and those sailors out harnessing the breeze. And all the sunburned fishermen just trying to reel that big one in. Now it's a crazy life out past the reef. Now there's a painted sky beyond the pier. So before we head on out of here, let's raise our glasses to the sea. Raise them up, everybody at home, and make a toast to you and me. Salud! We all applaud as the golden sun goes down. Oh, oh, la, la. Oh, oh, la, la. Oh, oh, la, la. Life in a beach town. All right. Thank you. All right. My kid Luis, did he take off with the request list? Is he still out here? I think Luis has abandoned ship. But I think we got just about all the requests in here. So has everybody had a good time tonight? Good, good. So next week, speaking of Luis, I've talked to him, and he's going to try to come back and do another song with his friend. You guys saw them a couple of weeks ago. They did actually about a month ago or so. They did a wonderful job. Here comes Buck. Buck, I'm glad you came because there's a request here I haven't done. Buck does it all. He bartends. He holds up my request sheet for me. He'll mow my yard tomorrow, pick my fruit. Thank you, Buck. I'm so glad you came over. So, Leslie, I'd like to send this one out for you. Eso es del mismo disco, Life in a Beach Town. Podemos hacer scenery también. So, Leslie, I'd like to send this one out for you. I mentioned before that even though we've been down in Alamos for the last week or so, or for the last several days, San Carlos is a pretty nice place to come home to. Do you guys agree? Going out for Leslie. There's a hammock. There's a woman. There's babies. And there's me. And there's a seagull sitting on a half-sunk fishing boat. There's a sail sliding across the sea. And it's good to be home again. Hear the waves rolling in. Listen to the sound of the wind. Telling me it's nice, knowing you'll be home for a while. So kick your shoes off and smile. Ain't it good to be home again? And there's moonlight There's laughter, and there's a song, a seaside lullaby. And there's a feeling like I don't need a rhyme or a reason. So pleasing to be back by your side. And it's good to be home again and hear those waves rolling in. Where in the world have I been? And it's fun how the seasons just disappear a little faster every year. Ain't it good to be home again? It's amazing how it suddenly seems so clear. The reason we're all here. Ain't it good to be home again? Just for a moment, the world don't know where I am. No needs and no demands. Ain't it good to be home again? Now there's a hammock. There's a woman. There's babies, and there's me. Going out for Leslie. Leslie, thank you for watching tonight. Hey, so you guys have seen a lot of Alamos tonight, and I want to thank Hacienda de los Santos for the great treatment they gave us down there. You guys, did you have fun down there, or is that just a stupid question? So we're going back down there. We're going back down there again, February 8th through 11th, and I may also be doing a trip in March. So if you're watching this at home and you're interested in going, shoot me a note. I can get you all the information on that. That February trip is already filling up, but you know, if that one fills up, I may try to get March going for us. Now, there's another trip I'd like to tell you about. ¿Tienes el póster de Isla? ¿Sí? Another trip I really, really would like to tell you about because this is cool. In fact, can I say, Don and Sandy, you guys decided on the Alamos trip that you're going to come join me on this next trip. This one is really cool. It's probably my favorite event of the year because I get to play it with two of my brothers, Sonny Jim, that's James Sonny Jim White, he's out of Florida, who just won Entertainer of the Year in the trop rock genre. Give him a round of applause. Pretty cool. I don't know what he bribed them. Apparently they take bribes at the TRMA. But anyway, Sonny Jim, congratulations. So I'm playing with Sonny Jim and I'm playing with Kelly McGuire. And what's really special about this event is we take 100 of our friends and we all meet down on this little island right off Cancun. It's a tiny island called Isla Mujeres. And it's really easy to get to because Cancun is so cheap for everybody and convenient to get to. And then you just take a taxi over to the ferry boat. The ferry boat leaves every half an hour for like $8. And 25 minutes later, you're on this very anti-Cancun feeling island. It's very tropical, very Caribbean. We have the best hotel, best beach on the island. They don't have the seaweed issues that a lot of people are dealing with down there. We're kind of blocked from that. And it's such a cool event. This is going to happen May the 17th through 22nd this year. We limit it to 100 people for one reason. All these other events that you guys see from other artists, they try to get in everybody they can. I like mine to stay kind of intimate, where we can all get to know each other like we did in Alamos. And that's what we do in Isla Mujeres. We spend time in the ocean together, time on the beach, time in the pool. Hidalgo Street, which is with all the restaurants and bars, is just a couple of blocks away. And we spend all this time together, and I guarantee you're going to come out of this event with new friends and lifetime memories, and it's so easy to get to. May 17th and 22nd, it's called Island Fest. You see the picture there that Anais is showing you. But if you would like to get the information on that, just go to my website if you'd like to. It's just markmulligan.net, markmulligan.net. And there is a big link right there on the homepage for Island Fest. Do that quickly, though, because the hotel rooms fill up really, really fast. They really do. We have a limited amount of those things. And half the fun on this thing is all staying together. So if you're interested in going, May 17th to 22nd, go to markmulligan.net. Remember, it's not markmulligan.com. And if you forget, here's the way to remember that. Mark Mulligan is no commie. Okay? markmulligan.net. Okay? All right. I think we, Luis, is he still gone? Luis, do we have any other? Let me take a look real quick. Don't say no. Anybody have a clock that actually works? 6:25. Okay, cool. Let's see. I might do one for Dennis here. Tell you what, Dennis, I'm going to do this song for you. Dennis is watching us in Mesquite, Texas. He's been watching this show since our first one. You know, this is our 108th episode of the show. Can you believe that? We thought we'd do a half dozen of these things. You know, I got nothing else to do. So, estos del disco greetings y puede ser por cámaras. So, Dennis, I don't play this song often. I've only played it one time ever on my show. So that's basically my disclaimer, Dennis. This could totally suck, but it's too late for a refund. Okay? And then after this, we're going to close out with a fun song, all of us, okay? Hold on. Let me make sure I got the chords to this. Hold on. I'm going to just go as far as I can. Okay. It's pouring rain. I heard you say what a miserable afternoon. The roof is leaking all over the place. You're sick and tired of the weatherman's face. No doubt you've seen better days than this miserable afternoon. My God, take a look at this place. Makes me want to say what a miserable, beautiful afternoon. Ain't it awful? Awful perfect for a party or two. The kids are gone, it's just me and you. What a miserable, beautiful afternoon. Okay, power's out. Cuddle up with a blanket and a bottle of wine. Pop the cork, baby, here's to you. I think you're thinking what I'm thinking too. Ain't nothing else that I would rather do on a miserable afternoon. What a beautiful, miserable afternoon. Perfect for a rainy day rendezvous. So let's improvise if that's what we gotta do, and make a beautiful, miserable afternoon. Just pop a battery in the radio and find a station playing something slow, and dance with me across the kitchen floor on this miserable afternoon. They say tomorrow that the skies will be blue, but I kinda hope it rains a week or two. So don't go telling me the storm is through. Don't want the sun to shine anytime soon and wreck this beautiful afternoon. What a beautiful, miserable afternoon. Thank you very much. Going out for Dennis Swint watching us in Mesquite. Thank you, Dennis, for joining us tonight. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's head back down to Alamos because I'm going to work up your appetite for the last song we're about to do. Let's head back down.
We are at a taco stand down near the Plaza in Alamos and about to have some carne asada. And this, aside from this taco, this is called gordita de asiento. And that's a masa patty with some beans, cheese, carne asada on it. And I'll tell you what, nothing down here would be great food without guacamole.
All right, everybody. I think you know after what we were just eating right there what song we're about to play. I need you at home to repeat after me every time I say the magic word, just like my bar is about to do right now. Every time I say the word guacamole. Guacamole. I think they've done this before. One more time. Guacamole. Guacamole. Let's do it, guys. guys. I met her at the Mercado. She was buying avocados, and man, she really turned me on. She reached for my pepper, and I grabbed her tomato. I knew it wouldn't take very long. She walked up to La Mesa. She picked up some cerveza, so I picked up some onions and limon. And the way she looked at me, man, I could clearly see that it wouldn't take very long. You guys ready? Guacamole! Guacamole! We'd be making guacamole all night long. Guacamole! Guacamole! We'd be making guacamole all night long. You guys are good! Take these guys on the road with me. She walked up to the line, I fell in right behind, and man, she sure looked good to me. Que bonita. She reached for her money. I said, wait a minute, honey, I believe this one is on me. We got in my pickup, we started to back up, we headed on down the road. We went into her casa, we ate tortillas de masa, and we made guacamole all night long. Guacamole! Guacamole! We were making guacamole all night long. Guacamole! Guacamole! We'd be making guacamole all night long. You guys ready? Take this. Guacamole! Guacamole! Haciendo guacamole toda la noche. Guacamole, guacamole. We were making guacamole all night long. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We will see you next week, same time, same channel. God bless you guys.
Let's make our way down to Mexico, where we can meet the friends we know. White sand, warm sun, and H2O. It's time for us to get back to laid back. Try a different beer from our favorite six-pack. This crazy world says, come on, let's go. It's time for the music man, a coastal kid with guitar in hand. Even bad days are good here on the island, giving us a place where we can talk to each other fan to fan. Uncharted courses crossing our paths. It's our kind of people and our kind of place. Down in the tropics, it's a Mexican hideaway. The life in this old beach town turns a frown upside down. We'd all be smiling here on Mulligan's Island. It's the right place and the right time to be south of the border again. This is the day we get to listen in. We don't sing no blues anymore. We kick off our shoes at our front door, full of wide-eyed wonder as the waves roll in. It's time for the music man, a coastal kid with guitar in hand. Even bad days are good here on the island. place where we can talk to each other fan to fan. Uncharted courses crossing our paths. It's our kind of people and our kind of place. Down in the tropics, a Mexican hideaway. Life in this old beach town turns a frown upside down. We all be smiling here on Mulligan's Island.